And we're back, guys. I'm your host, Good Energy. Tennis in a minute, but we're in the studio tonight. Welcome to Tennis After Dark. We're taking a look at Paolini and the giant from Kazakhstan. This is going to be good, guys. This is going to be a really good matchup, and I'm excited. I'm really excited because I think that Elena is really good for the game. I love the fact that she's talking trash. I mean, let's just be honest, it's friendly trash talk, but she's the only one doing it. I mean, all the other players on tour, they're much more conscientious of the sponsors and endorsements. They don't want to upset anyone. They don't want to create enemies. We all know Coco's raised amazingly, right? She was just a well-behaved young lady. She was so classy, raised well by two amazing parents. We all know that, players like Pegula, Ans, everyone loves them. You know, Sakri says all the good things. We know Sabalenka has been more vocal, but since she's matured and she's coming of age, she's just classy herself. We all know Iga's amazing. Iga's classy. Iga doesn't talk trash about players unless you were a Russian a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But that's a joke, but nonetheless, we all know Iga's classy. There's no one really, because the microphones belong to the top 10, right? They're the voice of the sport. There's no one really inside the top 10 that, I mean, Marquetta doesn't talk. She's pretty quiet, right? She's pretty antisocial. That's a joke. But there's no one inside the top 10 that really has their way and talks trash to the media except for Elena. And I like it because I've said for so many years how disciplined she is, how solid mentally she is. Now I think she's starting to open up. I think she's starting to realize, look, you only get one chance to be a professional on tour and live out this dream. I think she's enjoying the moment now, and I do like it. Osaka's becoming pretty vocal, but Osaka's not going to say anything about anyone. She's just so sweet and classy. We all know that. All the ladies are, which is why I enjoy covering tennis. But I think we're backing us so good for the sport. I love her trash talk. I think it's amazing. And she backs it up. This is going to be a match, guys. Now, I talked about a lot of this match yesterday, so this is going to be a relatively short video. We're going to get straight to the point here. Jasmine's one of those players that if you've ever competed and played, you know she's a problem. And I'm talking about playing in an arena where there's 1,000 people, there's 500 people, and I'm talking myself in particular. There's 500 people watching, 1,000 people watching, and you're playing someone that you know is going to bring it to you, someone that you know is athletic, someone that's strong, very fast. And if you're not on your game, you're going to get embarrassed, you're going to get laughed at, and people are going to call you out, and they're going to remember that. Jasmine's that type of player where I think she presents a lot of mismatches for Elena Rybakina. That's just how I feel. And a lot of it revolves around her speed. Now, we saw Jasmine in her post-match interview the other day say she gets her speed from Africa. We all know that, she's mixed with African. She was born in Italy. She also speaks Polish. But we all know her father's side, she has the genes. She's got the genetics, okay? And I've told you for a while, she is one of the fastest players on tour behind Coco. She's super duper fast, and she uses her speed to her advantage. If you want to be a dominant player, you have to use your strengths to your advantage, okay? Dominant players go out and do what they do best. They make the defense react to them. And aside from Rybakina serving possibly 8 to 10 aces in this match, when the ball's in play, if Jasmine's able to get a return back, Elena's going to have to deal with her speed. And that's what makes this a very tricky matchup. Okay? Because Paolini can, if she can get to her spots, guess who's going to be on the back foot? That's right, guys. Elena Rybakina is. Now, last time out, she went 3 sets with Elena Evanesian. Don't look into that match too much. I don't want you to say, oh, she went 3 with Elena. Now she's going to struggle with Elena. No, because Elena Evanesian's a good defensive player. She's got pretty decent cardio. I mean, you have to have good stamina to be a good defensive player. But I do think she does lack the overall strength because we'll go back to the U.S. Open last year, that match with Elena Ostapenko, where there were so many break points and deuces and match points, and Elena just could not put Elena away because she didn't have the strength. So, but she has the ability to make shots. And I think that was a really good test for Jasmine because I say all the time, she's quick and explosive, and it's all about styles. Styles make matchups. So the match with Elena is going to be a different type of match where she may not have looked as well. We saw her lose 42% of her first serves, Jasmine that is. She lost 50% of her second serves. For the entire match, she gave up 9 breakpoint opportunities, but she had 17 breakpoints of herself, of her own. In the third set, she was able to pull away due to her stamina. I've never seen all the fast players on tour, I've never seen them get tired. Because you don't, because your speed is so much superior than the opponents you're playing. You have that edge, you have that stamina edge because you're exploding and bursting at such a higher rate than your opponent. You're able to do that, which is tiring them out to keep up with you, right? So you're the leader. It's follow the leader. So although she didn't perform well on paper against Elena Venetian, I don't want you to look into that too much because she's going to present a lot of matchup issues for Rybakina. How did Rybakina do against Svitolina, the defensive powerhouse? She played well, 5 aces, but she struggled to get her first serves in play. Only 56%. The one she did get in play, she won 74%. She won 55% on the second serve. She had 7 opportunities to break Svitolina. She converted on 5, so pretty efficient there. But the key here in this matchup, I think, is going to be the speed of Paolini. If Rybakina is not rested, if she is not feeling 100%, she's going to have a long match. And I think it's going to be a long match anyway. My pick in this match is I'm going with Paolini to win at least one set at the underdog price. That's right. If you wager $1, you'll win back $1.10. That's the pick. I think Paolini will win a set. And here's the thing. Elena always comes out and plays her best tennis in the first set. She knows she has to set the tone. She knows that she's had testinal issues. She knows she's had so many issues with her stamina and cardio. You'll get the best tennis from Rybakina in the first set or the third set. Here's the problem here. Jasmine knows that as well. So I think Jasmine's going to play extra hard the first set. And if Rybakina is able to squeak out that first set, she's going to play even harder the second set. So I think Jasmine's going to steal one of these sets at the underdog price. That's the pick. And if we go 3, this is anyone's match. Because if Rybakina starts a third set slow against Paolini, I think she's going to lose the match. But that's the pick. That's what we're going with, guys. And again, the head-to-head is 2-1. Rybakina does own that. However, guys, and the last match they won this year in Germany, it went 3 sets. Okay? And remember, in Dubai, I told you, Jasmine's going to beat Rybakina in Dubai. What happened right before the match? Right before the match, Rybakina said, no, I can't play. I'm tired. So she knows she has to play well today, but Rybakina is also going to have to manage her stamina because Paolini's not going to let up. Now, of course, I do think Rybakina's got the better serve. I think she's got the more consistent forehand. However, I do like the power that I'm starting to see with Paolini's forehand. But I've said in the past that anything behind the baseline, you saw Ludmilla earlier, the Australian leg of the tour, just dominate Paolini. Anything, if Rybakina can just play her game and back Paolini up behind the baseline, then Paolini's going to struggle. The problem is if Paolini can bring Rybakina vertically, bring her forward, there's going to be passing shots out the wazoo because Rybakina's not going to be able to cover ground. She's just too tall. She can't move her legs. Now, she does have a good wingspan, but when we're talking about short balls and passing shots, It's not going to matter because Jasmine's her speed is has the advantage. So I do think Jasmine wins a set. That's the official pick. She's plus as the underdog, and I think it's going to be a good match. But I did question Rybakina's ability to win her quarter and make the semifinal. I said out of all the top four, she has the worst chance of doing that. And this could be in play here where we have an underdog win outright. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good match. I'll be covering it. May the best woman win or win. How that came out weird. May the best woman win. There you go. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for all the love and support. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here in France. And again, let's help push this sport forward. These ladies are all amazing. Win or lose, they're all talented. We'll be back.